The rematch is on. Tony Oakey and Jeff Left Hook Lacy will go head-to-head once again 2 years after their first meeting ended in victory for the Portsmouth fighter against the American legend. On that occasion in Bristol, Lacy retired with an injury to his left arm, but only after Oakey had matched him punch for punch and was, in the eyes of most ringside observers, well ahead on points. But ever since then, the debate has raged, and from across the Atlantic, Lacy has nursed a feeling of injustice, claiming that second time around it would be very different. Well, now the man who fought an epic duel with Joe Calzaghe in 2006 will be heading to Oakey's hometown of Portsmouth for the rematch on Saturday, December the 15th at the Mountbatten Centre. And Oakey says he'll be ready for him.
Listen, it's boxing, anything can happen, but he's got on my nerves the way he's portraying. I know he had an injury, but I was winning the fight up to that injury. Every round, in fact, it was a whitewash. You know, so if Matt can arrange it and he comes over it, then so be it, and I'll beat him again. A little more convincing this time though.
So you got up close and personal with him in the ring in Bristol. Since then it's been a Facebook conversation between the two of you,
yeah? It's a grudge match. You know, at the end of the day, listen, I'm respectful to every person that gets in the ring and every one of my opponents. And the way that he's gone about, you know, accepting the defeat that he had, in my eyes, has been a bit, you know, disrespectful. So, you know, get over it, Jeff. We'll do this one again, and then I'll beat him so easily and so more convincingly that he ain't going to have no room to be disrespectful and completely disregard the win that I had last time.
As I understand it, he's saying that, you know, he injured his arm. We know he injured his arm in the third round.
Yeah,
but
we do. You know, I've never said the fact that he hasn't, but he's forgetting the fact that he lost every round leading up to that. So what makes him think that it would have changed the tide if he hadn't got injured? You know, I'm fit and I've got stamina to burn. You know, I could go 12 rounds easily. So I don't understand where his ethics are thinking that just because he got the injury, that the outcome would have been any different. I think the injury stopped him getting stopped.
Okay, now you're 42 now, aren't you?
Yeah.
But we've seen you in the gym earlier today, and you really give it something, and that wasn't even full pelt, you tell us.
What you see today is me training at like 40%, 30%. You know, for Jeff, I'll be training 100%. You know, I'll train like a Trojan, I feel like a Trojan. And, you know, when I get him back in the ring, he's going to realise that maybe he should have stayed in America and not shouted his mouth off again.
Do you think he will be as committed as you are for this fight?
I'd like to think so. You know, you can't go on social media and give the verbal that he's been given to me and to, you know, to my fans, and then not come back here, you know, come over here and not back it up. As I say, I think it's a bit disrespectful because I've got the utmost respect for Jeff Lacy. Always have done and always will do. But the way he's gone about it, in my eyes, is wrong.
Do you think the first fight he came over here not really knowing who you were too much? We all knew who he was, and perhaps he underestimated you.
100% he underestimated me. But I don't understand how that's going to make any difference. He never won a round. So okay, he might have underestimated me, but surely he would have won a couple of rounds.
By round three, he ought to have woken up to it, sort of thing, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He never. You know, I just looked at the way Joe Calzaghe beat him, making him work constantly, and I've just done exactly the same. The result will be no different. It'll just be more convincing this time.
Final message for Jeff then, if he's watching this, which I'm sure he is?
Just get on the plane.